Hello, and welcome back to the Kyle Davis Show. So, I want to talk about something in this video that I find kind of funny, and that is everyone who was polled by Washington Examiner. Out of 53% of those, they said that that there should be a question asking about. Oh boy, am I going to fix it there? There should be a question asking about citizenship. That Americans want to know who is truly American and who is just living here illegally. And I think that it would be a great way to try and find that out. And the problem is that not everyone is going to be honest. Not everyone is going to say, yeah, I'm living here illegally, because they're not really going to do anything about it, but it really might cause a change. It really might cause a change in the system that we have. And oh no, how dare we take away rights to people who haven't earned them in the first place. That's racist and bigoted and whatever else you can think of. Seems ridiculous to me that 32% of Americans, or 32% of people on this survey, said that you should not ask a citizenship question. The first thing that came to my mind is those 32% are people who aren't living here legally, who are really just, under the table, whatever, because they really don't want their rights taken away, because, they're getting all this free shit. Why would they say that they are living here legally? It's odd that Congress, or the Democratic people in Congress who are Democrat, would call asking a citizenship question racist, when in actuality they're just trying to find out who's living here illegally and who's actually an American citizen. Because it's ridiculous that there are immigrants living here illegally, siphoning all our resources. And while, yes, it's true that technology does take away some jobs, it does add jobs too. And the fact that we have so many illegal immigrants here taking our jobs, and yes, they are taking jobs away from American citizens, because it was the Democrats themselves who said you can't deport illegal immigrants, you can't deport immigrants at all, because they are the ones who are vital to the economy. They're putting a double standard on the conditions and on their arguments. They're trying to say that no, immigrants aren't taking jobs, yet at the same time they're saying immigrants are vital to our economy. So if they're that vital to our economy, why aren't we sticking up for American citizens first and saying, if you're a legalized citizen, you should be able to have this job before an illegal immigrant or someone who isn't here illegally. Illegal alien. The Constitution and American values only apply to American people. It doesn't apply to everyone else who's flocking here by the masses because that's what they want. They can try for it. They can apply to get it, but that doesn't mean they're going to. And no, they don't deserve the same rights as Americans. They deserve the rights in their country. Who, by the way, if they don't like the situation of the countries, they should stick up and fight for their own rights. They should fight to make their country better. I'm not saying recreate America, but why not do America in another place and call it another country so they can do their own things? If America is so great, why not institutionalize it in another country? Why don't other countries change their values to match American values? There's enough people flocking to America that if they stayed and had a revolution, that they could change what they're doing. They could change. There's only so many people in politics. There's only so many people in the government. If you don't like it, overthrow them. Have an uproar. Have a, whatever. Do it. All these people in the mass detention centers on the southern border could be spending their time much better, in a better fashion, in a better way, than just sitting there. They could be trying to organize a way to revolutionize their own country. I'm going to pass this guy. And I'm going to pass this guy. I really think that if people would stand up in their own countries to create a new idealistic version of what America could be, do what you guys want. Create a new government, create new democracies, create new ways to fight for your rights. If you don't like what you're doing, if your government is going to kill you for being gay or whatever else, then change it. If there's enough of you, or if there's enough supporters, enough people to fight, then change it. Otherwise, nothing's ever going to happen, and people who are being victimized are going to learn that if they just run away from their problems, that's an okay solution. When in actuality, America proved during its early wars that if you stick up for what you believe in and you stick up for your ideals, that you can change your country, you can change the outcome, and you can make things better. Except no one ever learned from America because, Trump is president, he's evil and racist and whatever else. So why learn from America when we have a bigoted, racist, anti-whatever president? And I think it's also ridiculous that Trump may have to sign an executive order stating that there has to be uh, citizen question on the census, because it should be on there. It should be, because it's trying to, the census is just trying to gather what people are where and who and how and whatever else. It's not a punishment question. It's not a Department of Justice question. It's not a, if you answer this wrong, we're gonna arrest you question. It's a, hey, we're just trying to gather who is living where question. And I think it would be a great idea to see, or to at least try and find out much better than an educated guess who's actually living here. So if we do need to take action, we can. But right now, the liberals are trying to prevent that because, again, it's racist and offensive and oppressive. What I think is really oppressive is how the liberals are trying to protect people who really are siphoning up American taxpayer dollars from Americans who are really trying to make themselves a living. They are really trying to be able to afford things daily, paycheck to paycheck, if not on a decent salary, because they've earned that money. They've earned the right to spend it and do what they want with it, within reason. It's oppressive to Americans to try to supply a carefree life for illegal immigrants who the Democrats are trying to provide for. It's oppressive to say, hey, it's oppressive to American people by the liberals to say, hey, we're going to give illegal immigrants free healthcare and free education and free housing and all this free shit because they were oppressed in their own country. So we have to make it right. That's absolutely bullshit. If you don't like your country, change your country. Simple as that. Okay, well, I am going to leave it here. I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.